All right, today we're diving into a really fascinating theory, one that connects the biggest things in the universe with the most intimate parts of our own minds.
So let me ask you this. What could the speed of light and a single thought possibly have in common? It sounds kind of like a riddle, doesn't it? I mean, one is this massive universal speed limit, a cornerstone of physics. The other is, just a fleeting spark inside your own head. They seem like they're from completely different worlds. But what if they're not?
And that's exactly what we're going to unpack. This idea that there's a single, elegant principle that governs how both the universe and our brains create order out of complete chaos. To really get this connection, we have to start with physics. We need to look at the basic rules that literally stop our universe from just dissolving into a random, chaotic mess. First up is Planck's constant. Now, don't think of this as just some tiny number for physicists to worry about. It's way more interesting than that. Think of it as a cosmic floor. If you have less energy than this amount, you're not really a thing yet. You're just part of a sea of random, unstable noise. It's like the universe's first rule. You must be this energetic to play.
And then, on the flip side, you've got the speed of light. This is the universe's absolute ceiling. And it's not a suggestion, it's the law. Nothing with mass can get there, and no information can travel faster. It's another one of these non-negotiable rules that puts a firm boundary on our reality.
So you see, these constants, this floor and the ceiling, they aren't just random numbers. They're the fundamental guardrails of reality. They are what take pure, unpredictable chaos and turn it into the stable, structured universe that we actually know. Okay, so hold on to that idea of cosmic guardrails, because what if a similar set of rules exists not at the scale of galaxies, but at the scale of a single thought? Well, it turns out our brains work on a surprisingly similar principle.
Negative 55 millivolts. It might not look like much, but let me tell you, in the world of your brain, this number is one of the most important thresholds in existence.
Because that is the exact electrical charge a neuron has to hit before it fires. Anything below negative 55 millivolts is just noise. It's meaningless background chatter. But the instant it crosses that line, bam! A clean, all-or-nothing signal shoots out. A thought is born. It is the brain's very own line in the sand between chaos and order. And here's where we see the first really clear parallel. Just like physics has the smallest possible packet of energy, a quantum, neuroscience has its own version. Neurotransmitters are sent between neurons in these tiny, discrete bundles called quanta. You can't send half a packet. It's the smallest possible unit of communication in the brain. And the parallel just keeps going. The universe has its ultimate speed limit, the speed of light. Well, guess what? The brain has a speed limit too. It's obviously a lot slower, but there is an absolute maximum speed for a signal traveling through its wiring. Both systems have a hard ceiling. So we have these minimums and maximums, these floors and ceilings, happening in both the cosmos and inside our own heads. What do we call this pattern? Well, the theory we're looking at today actually gives it a name. They're called strain marks. What a great name, right? It perfectly describes these critical points, these constants, where a system that's under strain, whether it's physical or mental, crosses a line. And on one side of that line, you've got chaos, but on the other, you get a stable, ordered, recognizable unit. It could be a particle of light, or it could be a flash of insights. And the process is remarkably consistent no matter where it's happening. It all starts with noise, random quantum fluctuations in space, or random electrical fizz in a neuron. As the activity builds up, it pushes closer and closer to that critical threshold, that strain mark. And the very moment it crosses it, the whole system just snaps into a new state. Chaos organizes itself into something coherent and real. And as you can see here, whether we're talking about physics or neuroscience, the job is the same. A strain mark like the speed of light stabilizes the very fabric of reality itself. And a strain mark like the action potential threshold stabilizes our thoughts, letting a coherent mind emerge from all that electrochemical noise. It's one rule for creating order, just playing out in two totally different arenas. Okay, so this is a really cool analogy. But what's the big picture here? Why does it even matter that the universe and our brains might be sharing a design principle? Well, it matters because it suggests that creating order from chaos isn't just a fluke. It might be a universal law. It changes how we think about these physical constants. They're not just random numbers that happen to be what they are. They are necessary anchors that make any kind of stable existence, physical or mental, possible at all.
And this idea is actually a key part of new frameworks, like the Brain Kinematics Model, which tries to describe how we think using the language of physics.
You know, this quote from the source material just sums it up perfectly. Strain marks aren't arbitrary. They are necessary. They're the markers that let a continuous, stable reality happen, whether we're talking about galaxies or memories.
And that leaves us with a really profound final thought. If the same exact principle that sets the speed limit for the entire universe is also at work inside your head right now, creating the very thought you're having, what does that imply about us? It suggests that maybe the mind isn't some separate magical thing, but is actually a reflection of the deepest, most fundamental rules of the cosmos itself.